Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Buchanan, and today I'll be talking about Chapter 8 Leadership in Organizations and the Leadership Communication Perspective. So, this chapter talks about leadership and the different things you have to implement in a organization to make it a successful one. At least that's the way I kind of see it. So, we're going to start off on the very front page. We view leadership as a verb, not a job. I like how that says because it's a very ambiguous position, and it's not one direct thing. It's not one direct formula on how to be a good leader. It's multiple things, and really all you can do is give good advice on what is good and what works in an organization. The thing is, what may work in one organization may not work in another. Another thing, I guess it kind of contradicts itself because this book called Fish is a philosophy out in Seattle where this fish market had all these guys and they were all motivated to do their jobs. None of them were owners; they were just workers, and they had a low turnover rate because they worked because they were happy with what they were doing. They were motivated at the job they were doing themselves. So as we dive into this chapter, I'm going to go into the rights and rituals and routines of organizations and basically what leaders do within these positions. And so basically it just starts off with like rites of passage where, you're stripped of everything. You're the newbie, you're the recruit, whatever, you're new to everything. You got to go through the process to become like everybody else. Degradation, that's when someone's fired and they're fired because of X, Y, and Z and they're kind of criticized for it. Okay. Rights of renewal, you strengthen the person, you bring them up, you make them feel like they are accredited, they have what it takes, and they're doing good at what they're doing. Conflict reduction, of course, trying to figure out how to bring two parties together to resolve a conflict, lower the tension so we can be more productive and effective. Rights of integration, bringing subgroups, culture, diversity, inclusion is very important in an organization. Creation, basically utilize those groups, have those individuals see those people and what talents they can bring to the table and be able to utilize that. Transitioning meetings or strategies or plans when was kind of foreseen and making sure that we can make something happen with that. Rites of parting, basically when organizations die, there's ceremonies and people say goodbye. Whatever about that one. But yeah, shaping the culture as a leader, you have to set the boundaries on what you're doing, and you have to basically lay the foundation of how that organization is going to run. And so I'm going to go to these. I'm going to skip over the primary mechanisms, but I think that's more of like, learning about the bare bones of setting up your organization versus your secondary mechanisms where it talks about the structure, systems and procedures, rights and rituals in your physical space, which you form as a leader, and that's what your employees go into. And so you want them to be able to adapt to that culture and be able to provide a culture for them that they want to be in. And so that's kind of like a quick sum up of secondary mechanisms. As we continue, we will go to basically this one looks like, of course, like I continue on creating an adaptive learning trusting culture, but so here's the 5 qualities. Name the elephants in the room. So yeah, just always, don't hide anything. Just come out and say it. What's going on? Address it. I guess a figurative speech is put the turd on the table and let everybody get a sniff. Don't hide around things. Just go out there and lay it out there and get it done, get it fixed. Of course, just take responsibility for the organization's future. You're responsible for the organization and where it's going, and that's something you can't hide away from as a leader. And if you do, then people are going to see that and they won't work for you or they won't respect you, if anything. Value independent judgment. Listen to everybody's opinion. People have ideas, and it doesn't matter if they're a leader or a follower or anything in between. They have ideas, and you should always respect people's opinion. Leadership capacity. Be able to create leaders under you. Provide guidance to them. Be adaptive at all times. Be able to show them, how things are done, how you do it. And I think that kind of goes back to servant leadership in a way. Institutionalize, reflect, and continuous learning. Like I said, leadership is ambiguous. It's constantly moving. If you are stuck in one way and you've been doing it for 20 years, there's a problem. You always need to be able to adapt because you will die. Movement is life. Movement is life. Stationary is death. And that's just a fact. So that's just kind of a quick sum up of this whole chapter. And guys, hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.